Hey buddy, watch this.
Hello, Regis Kilbin is the name, and Hearthstone is the game, and this is a deck spotlight on a hunter deck I'm calling the Hybrid Hunter, which is honestly a pretty popular name for this kind of deck. This specific list, though, was created by a player named NickChipper, who is a pretty popular, or at least successful ladder player on EU specifically, I believe, and he recently played this version of Hunter to some success on the ranked ladder. So I wanted to take a closer look at this deck. So this is a hybrid hunter, which means that essentially it's not exactly a face hunter, but it's not the more popular or prominent mid-range hunter either. It kind of blends the two together, which is why it's a hybrid style deck. In other words, it includes some really aggressive early game stuff like the additional knife jugglers, the abusive sergeants, you've got all the bursts from kill command, you've got Argent Horse Rider, Unleash the Hounds. Not all those things always make their way into mid-range hunter, but they're high damage, early curve types of cards, so they fit the more face style, particularly the abusive sergeant, the Argent Horse Rider, the knife juggler. All those things are more about pumping out early game damage. That said, the deck still runs cards like Call of the Wild, which is an 8-drop, which you don't normally associate with face style decks. The face deck could never afford to run an 8-drop. So this deck clearly blends the middle a little. There's Leroy for burst, Call of the Wild for burst / late game board recovery, because it's just an instant board with Call of the Wild. You've got Stranglethorn Tiger instead of something like Savannah Highmane. Savannah Highmane is a mid-range card because it's more about generating a lot of value in the mid-game. Stranglethorn Tiger can still be a valuable 5-drop, but it also has the option to just hit the face for 5, because often when you play it, your opponent won't be able to deal with it. So the deck's missing stuff like Houndmasters, which are typically something you'll leverage with your board. It's missing King's Elic because it doesn't care as much about card draw. It just wants to play on curve and really pressure the opponent. So a lot of the cards will look familiar to a mid-range hunter list, but it does things a little bit differently, and it requires a little more finesse when playing it and essentially knowing how to trade and how to push for face. So it's a nice, neat little take on Hunter that utilizes probably the best new card in Old Gods, which is Call of the Wild, in my opinion, along with some other essentially old standards, if you will, but brought into standard format. So the Hybrid Hunter by NickChipper, that pretty much sums up the deck. I think the best thing we can do now is truly put a spotlight on it by taking it out onto the ranked ladder and seeing how it performs in a competitive setting. So let's take the Hybrid Hunter out. Now I will say that this point in the season, it's pretty early in the season, so rank 14 is not good, but it's still, some people are just now starting to climb, and we'll see some competitive players and some meta decks definitely, despite the seemingly low rank. I need to start ranking up this month instead of constantly playing goofy decks that aren't successful. I'll have to take to something a little more reliable and see how it performs and get up to at least rank 5 or so. Okay, we've got some options here. Fiery Bat is perfect, of course, as a 1-drop. You can't get any better. Animal Companion's also so good that I'm hesitant to pass it back. We're very likely to find a 2-drop in the next couple turns. In fact, there's one right there on command. It's just so good, and it's great against Druid too most of the time, that I don't want to give it up. And this kind of deck, you do value damage, so if you have to hero power on 2, you're probably not thrilled about it, but it's not the end of the world either. So pushing 2 damage never hurts. So we'll just clearly play this on curve. Animal Companion or Eaglehorn depends on what happens on the other side of the board. Beckoner of Evil. Okay, so we're going to have a big Flame Juggler roll here. Maybe we have 2 shots, essentially, thanks to the Fiery Bat here. We'll take the Flame Juggler first. We got it, so we get 1 to face. We'll trade there just to preserve our minions and keep this guy around. So next turn we probably Animal Companion. Looks like that's more valuable than the bow because we won't need to remove anything immediately. We also have the Horse Rider, but that's really better in response to things or to combo out with like an abusive sergeant. It's not good to just play out necessarily. When you can develop something this strong, that's hard to pass up. We could get swiped here, but it's really not bad. Wrath hero power is fine too because it's very inefficient. He's going to go for mana, it looks like. No, we went for the body, so we're already scaring this guy. I like it. So we can just Eagle Horn, trade, and go face. It's not the perfect use of our mana, but it makes us do the most damage this turn. It's a little susceptible to swipe, but if he swipes, then he's floating a mana as well. We can get the Freezing Trap out in combo with the Argent Horse Rider, and hopefully get another charge on this weapon. I think we're kind of at the point right now where we don't need to kill that. We'll just play the Freezing Trap and go face for 6. We'll save the weapon charge, hoping that the Freezing Trap activates. He may have gotten a spell, like Living Roots or something. He's kind of fiddling there, but I don't know. Infested Wolf is fine too, but I really just like playing on curve here and going nuts. I don't think we can kill him next turn, so there's really no advantage to using the weapon now. It's going to take 2 turns, so hopefully we get 2 charges on the weapon instead of just 1. Ooh, that guy's gross. We don't have like Hunter's Mark in this deck to get through that. We have Kill Command, and we can obviously trade too, but is Leroy Jenkins any sort of lethal? To do 7 to this, we can use the Misha in our face, then we have 4. Leroy would take him to 5, so not quite yet. So we'll just play minions here. And we'll have to use the weapon charge here just to get through this cleanly and pressure for more damage. It's totally fine. That still can't control our board at all, so we just have a lot of stuff, which Druid typically has trouble dealing with. And with the Leroy hero power, we have a guaranteed 8 damage, so we only need 3 damage to survive on the board. He could have a Ancient of War, which would be annoying. But, he has no reason not to activate the Freezing Trap now. Fandral Staghelm's not going to do it. Living Roots is not going to do it. It's just well played, I think. What's this going to be, though? Is that a taunt of some kind? Oh, Mark of the Wild! Was that created by, Was that created, I wonder, by, yeah, Raven Idol. Wow, okay, so do we have lethal now? This is 5, 7. Leroy would do 6 and 8. So no, we're still not at lethal, but we're getting very close. We'll obviously clear this taunt because we have to. Swipe would normally be pretty good, but Stranglethorn Tiger, like I mentioned, sometimes you just can't deal with it. Like, he can't target it, so we just go 5 to face. If he has a taunt again, it's going to be annoying. But, no, I don't think Nourish will do it. I don't think 3 mana is enough for him to do anything. He can activate the Freezing Trap with this at the very least, and clear 1 minion. So he might think he's alive, because we only show 7 actual damage, but we have Leroy, of course, so we know better. Balloons, I'm sorry, bro. This is going to be brutal. But, oh, he just conceded 6-8. He didn't know that we had it, though. I mean, technically he was alive. But he probably saw the writing on the wall. We had 2-turn lethal. He doesn't have heals. Our hero power was just going to win us the game eventually. So, yeah, that was a pretty much exactly what you'd expect out of a Hybrid Hunter deck. It really couldn't have gone any more expressive of what the deck is designed to do. We got out early. We pushed damage. We cleared only when it made a lot of sense to do so to preserve our own assets, and we pinned him down in a position at the end of the game where we just were able to push for lethal. This is a cool combo. It's actually pretty cool against Warrior as well, but it's kind of susceptible to stuff like Armorsmith. If you know, we ping the Armorsmith 3 times. He gets a pretty big advantage. So I think I'm going to coin the Snake Trap and then play the Knife Juggler. And then we might be able to do something with the Abusive Sergeant as well. And the bow is going to perhaps be helpful too if the Knife Juggler doesn't get attacked right away. Even if he plays the Fiery War Axe, I might still follow this line. Simply because... The only thing this is bad to, though, is Bash. Bash doesn't activate the Snake Trap. So maybe we do this to bait out the Bash. Even if he uses the Axe here, it's off curve. right? So he'll spawn us 3 dudes. He could have like Axe Whirlwind, I guess. That would be a pretty sick turn. So we'll be able to kill this pretty cleanly with the Abusive Sergeant or the bow. I guess we'll take the bow. Hopefully to start generating charges. We could have Knife Juggler Abusive Sergeant, but it had a chance of dinging the, or pinging the Acolyte, so it was a risk to draw him an extra card. And next turn we can still do some combination of this stuff. Plus, I think he's going to weapon this now. I have a feeling he's got it by now. He drew 2 cards, so... No, he's going to slam... What? Slam Hero Power. Well, that's a turn. I guess we'll Animal Companion Abusive Sergeant. Knife Juggler Huge Toad's honestly not too bad. Just puts a lot of stuff out, doesn't it? Yeah. He doesn't have a board, so let's just try this. Gonna hold the weapon. I think he's gonna activate this sooner or later. He can Shield Slam the Knife Juggler if he wants to. But I don't think we're ever gonna get like Unleash the Hound's value. We got 1 thing out of it. It wastes some resources. It's not too bad. So Hybrid Hunter, I think, is a little worse off against Warrior than a full mid-range Hunter, because cards like Savannah Highmane are just so difficult for Warrior to deal with. Oh, this is weird. Does he have a Whirlwind? So difficult for Warrior to deal with that you get a huge advantage. Wow. He went for the Execute. I dig it. I think it's a good play. So here we will see what Animal Companion we get. Hover is a good one. And we'll just go ahead and double Abusive just to get a board out there. He just used his Ravaging Ghoul, so these are probably safe. I mean, there's obviously more Ravaging Ghouls coming, but hopefully they live. Even if they don't, then it's going to make our eventual Snake Trap much better. We need a good card, but we do have tracking, so if we can get like an Invested Wolf or the Stranglethorn Tiger or something good out of tracking, we'll have a nice play here. The Shield Slam? Yeah, that's pretty good, actually. It's honestly not a bad play. Yeah, so the Fiery Bat's not going to do it for me. Let's track into a Stranglethorn. Oh, Quick Shot's actually good. Quick Shot's pretty good. It's even good against the Acolyte here. Normally I would start going face at this point, but the Acolyte threatens our guys pretty well. So they scare me a little. I think with 2 traps at this point I have to hold my weapon, right? It's going to get more charges and we need the damage, so... This is still a very susceptible board. I really wanted a good minion like the Infested Wolf. This game could quickly turn the other way with like a shield block. Like if he starts healing up, or a Justicar maybe, something that heals him, we're going to have trouble. Whoa! That's not that good. I don't really care what survives. We don't have Beast Synergy, so it's totally fine if that dies. Well, I guess we do have some Beast Synergy with Kill Command, but not like Houndmaster. Ooh, that is the best draw in my deck, I think. Absolutely the best draw in the deck. So I'm still holding on to this. He doesn't know what these secrets are, but it's going to be hard for him to do anything with the first minion he plays, right? Like even if it's a Grom or something. He's got to activate these soon enough, and it's worth 6 extra damage right now when these go off. Minus what the snakes do, so... Until I get lethal, I'm not gonna use my bow. Unless I get another bow. Second brawl! This is actually a big roll. Big roll. If we keep the Stranglethorn, we're in good shape. Nah, man. We'll probably just Hero Power again, though, so we're still... Is that Shield Slam? Is he gonna Shield Slam that? He is! He's Shield Slamming the Abusive Sergeant. I love it. Man, Leroy's not very good. This is gonna look silly, but I think it's technically correct to I think it's technically correct. Gosh, although we have Freezing Trap, so I don't even know. Obviously one of these is gonna freeze. I'm not sure he can kill this without using a weapon. He's used Shield Slams. I guess if I killed one, I denied the Execute. Shield Block's not good. If I killed one, I denied an Execute draw or an Execute clear. What world does Warrior not have a great way to kill a Leroy on turn 8? Or turn 9 for him. He's used all of his removal on junk. He can't kill it! He can't kill the Leroy! Wow, we have 9, 11 damage. He's at 15 health. There's a good chance here we draw into lethal. This could do it. 10, 12. Is that 15? I think it is. Yeah, we got it. The warrior, a controller, I guess Cthulhu warrior couldn't clear Leroy on turn 9. That's actually pretty fantastic, guys. That is crazy. You know a deck's working when you've scared them into using all their removal, and a warrior can't kill Leroy on turn 9. I don't know where his weapons were. He never drew a weapon. That seems pretty unfortunate. Excuse me, pretty unfortunate. But that said, if he'd had to weapon Leroy anyway, taking 6 would have effectively done the same thing as leaving it there for another turn. So he actually made the right decision, by the way, not attacking Leroy. He knew 1 was Freezing Trap, or at least he assumed 1 was Freezing Trap. But the problem is, if the other one was Snake Trap, he gave me lethal, I think, on the board, or maybe very close to it. So he wasn't willing to risk a Snake Trap, which is right. He'd never tested for Snake Trap. He'd never tested anything, actually. He'd never gotten an attack off with a minion. So he made the right decision. I don't know if he was thinking about it at that level, or if he was just thinking, don't give him another bow charge. But I guess, I think another bow charge wouldn't have mattered because the game was so close to ending anyway. Yeah, that was a fortunate huffer, though, I gotta say. A good RNG huffer for once. What do you know? Alright, so unfortunately we don't have a 1-drop. I mean, this deck really doesn't have, like, good 1-drops. Is one kind of downfall of it, I would argue. I'm going to try to stick this. It's Priest. He could have Shadow Word Pain, but I don't even know if I mind that much. I'm never going to get, like, crazy Unleash the Hound's value out of the Knife Juggler. So just kind of putting it out there as a 2-drop feels fine. It might protect the Leok next turn. Like, that's what happened is what we thought would happen. So here, the Leok might live, right? I literally just predicted this. Guys, I don't know if you know, but I literally just predicted this happening. If he has the second Pain, that's going to be pretty annoying because the other 2 minions are both 4 attack. I mean, clearly I would have preferred either one of the other 2. This is actually a tough decision. I could kill command that, but what's going to happen if I leave it? What priest runs Bran Bronzebeard? I guess Dragon? It's going to play like a Twilight Guardian? My hand is really not shaping up for, like, I'm going to kill you. I have 8 damage. If I leave that, the Twilight Guardian just goes to 4 instead of 3. But I don't have a way to do 6 damage to a Twilight Guardian anyway. I could clear it with Quick Shot and play the Fiery Bat. And this goes down to 2. It's a little susceptible to Holy Nova. He still has the coin, so he could coin Holy Nova to clear my board. And then I don't really have a follow-up. I have Leroy. This is a surprisingly tough turn. This is a surprisingly difficult turn. I know it doesn't seem that way, but I think I have to save the kill command for the Twilight Guardian. Because otherwise, Quick Shot plus... Well, I guess Quick Shot plus buffed Fiery Bat would have done it. I don't know. That's... Well, that's... Well, this worked out anyway. Whatever. It was fortuitous. Because we got to kill that too. That just... The pings become too valuable. The circle becomes too valuable if he draws it. So we're actually in an okay spot. We have the bow, hero power, worst case scenario this turn. I'd like to do more. Holy Nova is pretty good for him. It saves a lot of... It basically heals 7. Heals 6 because he'll take damage from the... he's going to steal this. He's going to Cabal Shadow Priest the Leon. That's actually pretty annoying. I don't have a good response to that. It's actually really annoying. I think I'm going to start going face. I got Call of the Wild and I have Leroy. Like, he's obviously got good trades here, but I can't really... I couldn't make a good trade. I could trade into the Leok, but the Leok dies to either one anyway right now. Holy Nova punishes me, sort of, and I don't have a good turn 7 play. I mean, Leroy Hero Power Face is, what, 9, 11 damage? Oh, he destroyed my weapon, though. What a jerk! This guy is the Hybrid Hunter counter! That actually matters for Unleash the Hounds, honestly. That actually matters. So he's gonna heal... Oh, he's not... Oh my gosh! I think that might be a mistake. Oh man. I think there's a world where I just let that live. Problem is, if I play Leroy, though, that he can kill it off, right? So I think I have to save Leroy until the last second. He can't heal himself right now. I mean, he could like flash heal it and heal. Oh, that was a risky play. We have to kill him fast enough is the only problem. I'm gonna play Call of the Wild. He will be able to kill this off on the bear. Oh, man. If I got a weapon, how much damage would that be? 11? But I wouldn't have the mana for that yet. I guess I'll play Call of the Wild and just go face and hope that I'm able to piece together the damage I need, and hope that he doesn't kill this off. He's kind of frozen here. What's up, dude? He attacked. He's trying to figure out what to do with the Akanai, I think. Is he gonna flash heal it? I don't think he can. He needs to flash heal his face after killing this. Kill command is not lethal or anything yet. Depending on what I draw, I may not play the Call of the Wild. If I can find some other oh shoot, he's gonna try to race me here. Is this lethal? That's 8 damage. No. So I'm at 13 and he has 7, 10. 14, 16. So I actually have to kill the Akanai now, right? Not necessarily. This doesn't really accomplish much. So, the Akanai represents at least 5 damage and maybe way more with like flash heals. This is a tricky predicament. He made the right decision to hit me and kind of pressure me back, because otherwise I was just gonna like roll all over him. He's gonna attack into the bear. I'm gonna spawn 3 dudes. So we're gonna each have 2 attack. I guess I have to kill the Akanai or I'm probably just dead. It's 5, 8. He has 12 I can see, so any flash heal or anything, or a circle of healing. Circle of healing wouldn't do it. He'd still have to go through the taunt. I don't know. But I have 8 damage, so if like Leok lives, I'm just gonna steamroll him if he doesn't flash heal his own face. Entomb doesn't kill me yet. It does unfortunately kill Leok, which is a lot of bonus damage, but is he gonna Holy Nova? Kill command I think will give me lethal. Oh, that was a weird play. I think he assumed that was... Oh, if he has Holy Nova, he's in good shape. Oh, he can't Holy Nova, though. He only has 2 mana. He entombed. That was a weird play. He might have given me lethal just now. This is 8. We don't have the mana for this, though. So we only have 10, I think. So no, we don't have lethal yet. But he's not pressuring us either, so we can kind of take our time a little now. Like, we can clear this. We can hit him in the face. And we don't want a Leroy just yet, I don't think, because it's too I think he has like a Holy Nova. I don't know. This is gonna be tough. If he like Justicar True Hearts, it's gonna be super tough. Or Flash Heals. We needed a better draw than Fiery Bat. We needed this to be like Infested Wolf. I don't really care about that unless he taunts it. Does he have a taunt? No, just Holy Nova like I thought. So yeah, Leroy would have been... Oh, that actually might matter. The ping to the face. I have to win this turn, I think, right? Oh, man, that won't do it. I think I'm dead. I think I'm dead unless I just clear one of these, right? It's not like the worst play ever. But I think it's my only option, right? I'm just dead. If I go face, he has 10 damage, so... I'm technically alive. He has 6 damage that I can see. Both Akanais are gone. Holy Nova kills me, but that's it, I think. Is that his only lethal draw? Power Word Shield doesn't do it. Could draw it, though. So kill command actually might win me the game here. No, that'd only be 12. Quick shot into kill command I think is my only out. He can't kill me though. It's actually pretty crazy. Now Call of the Wild is an out too. Call of the Wild or quick shot I think. Oh my god. This is so annoying. Did I miss 1 damage anywhere? I don't think so. I don't think so. Man. Well, I think we played that more or less perfectly. Just came up a turn short. He made the right play with the Alchemist to return pressure. Alright, so let's try one more game. We're 2-1 so far, I think. Not a bad start. We lost our win streak bonus there, but we might still win a game or two. We go pretty fast with this deck, so I don't mind playing a few extra. Watch your back. So we got Rogue. None of these cards are good. They're all too slow. Tracking is a 1-drop, yes, but it's too slow. You want it later when you're looking for something specific, not just as, well, let's see what we can get on turn 1. Doesn't really work that well. So he can coin weapon this. I am well aware, but he takes 2 damage to do it. He uses the coin. He uses his 2 mana to get the weapon out, so it's really not bad. And if he doesn't, then we get to make plays, boys. I'd love to see another Abusive Sergeant or Fiery Bat. That's not those things. I can hero power, but I like having 2 dudes out at once just because it makes it harder for him to deal with them with his weapon, right? If I put them out 1 at a time, you can use the weapon 1 at a time. So in other words, the Abusive Sergeant might... I was using Coin Fan, it's pretty bad. No, Coin SI is not that bad. I'll just weapon this and go face, obviously. Oh, that might change things a little. In fact, it definitely does. This is better than using the weapon right now because, you know, weapons essentially have charge. This gets it to attack twice 1 turn sooner. I can still use the weapon next turn the same way, and I probably will. Oh, that's a good job. That's a good heal. Ooh, this is annoying. I think I have to weapon just to kill that. But I really want to play the Wolf too. The Wolf's so bad though to Fan of Knives. Like if he trades the Earthen Ring in and Fan of Knives, I'm just ruined. So we'll play the technically correct play. And we still have the Stranglethorn next turn, so that's really, really good for us. Wouldn't mind seeing a secret. He's in a Tomb Pillager probably. No Fan of Knives finally. So yeah, we definitely made the right decision there. Whoa, he's getting that guy out. Cool. So we'll do this as advertised. I don't really feel compelled to kill that. Does he run Harrison? Not likely. We'll just pass. We'll either use the weapon on the face if we see another one, or maybe kill a SI7 or something. Next turn we'll likely Infested Wolf hero power unless something cool happens to change that opinion. We'll likely kill this with the weapon too and just go face with the Tiger. Conceal. No, we won't. We will not do that. Yeah, so Flame Juggler could get us a pretty sick snipe here. We'll try that. Nope. But face is the place. Using my weapon probably doesn't help me too much unless I draw another weapon next turn. This is a pretty insane combo. It could be up to 9 damage. Gonna do it just in case I get like a weapon next turn that gives me lethal, because essentially I can't use 2 weapons at the same time, right? So if I drew a weapon right now and I wanted to kill command weapon for 8 damage, I can do that now and still get in the 3 damage last turn. So it's potentially gonna give me lethal. Plus I assume these minions are gonna trade in, so I don't really think I have to kill them. He can Gadget Zam, but it's probably too slow. I think he has to answer the board. So he can kill the Stranglethorn straight up. He might have like an Eviscerate to deal with some other piece of this. This weapon has not ever been equipped, which is actually probably good for him, because as a rogue, if you're picking stuff off with your weapon, you're taking face damage. And against a deck that's trying to hit your face a lot, that can be a pretty big weakness to expose yourself to. So, whoa, he almost suffered face for a second. That was funny. I don't know what he's going to do with this now. Maybe a Vis. Oh, he got the buff. That's really good. He can trade into the Stranglethorn. Really, really good. We still are going to have a ton of damage, though. At least 10 and maybe more with depending on what we draw. Oh, he's got spell damage backstab, too. Cool. He's going to Cold Blood the Azure Drake. I don't think we're going to die, though, right? Like, there's no way we're dead in 2 turns. Let's see what Animal Companion we get. That's actually kind of tempting, right? 7 plus 5 is 12, though. So we'll just put him on a 1-turn clock. He has to win the game this turn or heal this turn and deal with my board without me finding more damage. So I don't think he can do it. He's got Leroy, Cold Blood's worth 10. It's 11. Cold Blood, Evis is not even enough. That won't do it. That doesn't help at all. That doesn't help at all. I obviously have lethal. Yeah. I just don't think he had the 25 health still, so. Alright. So that's going to do it for the Hybrid Hunter. 3-1. We steamrolled some people. That's a pretty fun deck and very successful, clearly. Oh, let's see what's going to happen. He wants to be our friend. I'm very curious about what he's going to say. We're going to capture this on video. Hopefully it's not... oh, he already unfriended us. Really? We didn't even get a message or anything. Well, that's sad. Anyway, that's going to do it for the... where did he go? Hybrid Hunter by NickChipper. Fantastic deck. Really good at laddering because games are very quick. But it doesn't like go all in like Face Hunter, so there's still some skill involved. It's still rewarding to play, and you can beat a wider range of decks essentially. And it has good answers to Shaman too, other than Flame Wreath Faceless. But Unleash the Hounds is pretty good, and you get out so fast that you can still beat Shaman pretty regularly as well. So highly recommended deck. Give this one a shot. Thanks so much, NickChipper, for making the deck, and thank you guys for watching. Until next time, game on.